Jacqueline, top story at 6:30, commitment coverage and the race for Santa Cruz County District 5 supervisor.
Current supervisor Bruce McPherson is retiring at the end of his third term this year, leaving the seat open for the first time since 2011. There are 4 candidates vying for the seat in alphabetical order: Teresa Bond, Christopher Bradford, Tom Decker, and Monica Martinez. Teresa Bond is a school board trustee and on the Firewise Community Board. The mother of 2 is a former Apple employee who worked in high tech for a number of years. She believes her experience is what sets her apart.
The community needs a strong leader.
Her top priorities are safety, specifically when it comes to fires and floods, climate resilience, housing, and childcare.
Safety is one of the things I can say when I've walked around in the neighborhoods and talked to people. It is number one. That people are very worried.
She plans to address those concerns by focusing funds on natural disaster prevention and recovery efforts and working with utility companies like PG&E on a generator deployment plan.
What could you do to help us get some backup energy stored someplace? Could you come and put in the infrastructure for us?
Her plan for climate resilience, community programs to inform those in the district.
These are things that we need to prepare for, and we need to educate everyone. The water, right now, the atmospheric livers that we have, are we storing this water? Firewise, where we're educating people on how to survive a wildfire, what you need to do to change your home to be resilient, what you need to do working with your neighbors, all of these things. I'd like to see something like that for water.
She also supports getting the rail trail up as soon as possible, having more of an emphasis on free public transit and fixing the roads. Bond's idea for revitalizing the economy, getting people back to work by lowering the cost of childcare and offering more available options.
Childcare is an obstacle. Okay, some families, one member is now staying home full time, where before the pandemic hit, it was a 2-income family. This is a common good that's going to later have a tremendous effect on all of us, right? A tremendous effect being able to get businesses back up and running again.
Christopher Bradford is a software engineer, small business owner, and father of 6 living in Boulder Creek. He's also a community organizer and activist for clean water and fire mitigation in the area. His top 3 priorities are housing, infrastructure, and childcare.
I'm running for a 5th district supervisor, specifically because after my family's house burned down, I encountered a ton of very difficult circumstances dealing directly with the county.
Bradford was successful in rebuilding his home after 3 years, but says he wants to represent the hundreds of others who are still fighting to return home.
The county made the promise they weren't going to treat us like new builds, and they did. Meeting all the new code means a disastrously more expensive build, and it's priced a lot of people out of being able to return home.
He says in disaster areas, when it comes to code regulation, the state actually comes behind the local government, so change can be made on a local level. And he's hoping to have a direct hand in that by leaning into grant writing for more federal and state money.
Infrastructure, for instance, is another thing that's extremely important. We've had enough storms in the last 4 or 5 years to identify, okay, this road is going to flood. We need to be ahead of that. This area is very prone to wildfire and has a bunch of built up debris that hasn't been sorted. How do we take care of that?
Bradford says the district needs to have landlines and lower mesh networks. He also says if elected, he would engage with utilities to make sure they're living up to their agreements when it comes to power outages and work on getting as much federal funding as possible to fix the water infrastructure within the district.
We need to interact directly with our utilities and see where we can get lines put underground. Where can we get investment in our larger areas so that we don't have to worry about trees coming down and taking down infrastructure.
Lastly, he hopes to address the high cost of childcare in the county.
It's very difficult, for instance, as a young family to make it out here. Sometimes your second income ends up going directly to childcare and you can't get ahead. So I'd love to see some childcare co-ops and things the county can do to lower the temperature on working families and make it so that living here isn't a struggle. We can all thrive and not just survive.
Tom Decker has lived in Ben Lomond for about 20 years now. The father of 6 has been building affordable housing in the state for about 40 years. After the CZU fire, he opened a local office in Boulder Creek to help with the rebuilding process.
The more we got into it, the more we realized how deeply dysfunctional the planning, the environmental health, and the building departments are.
He says he was shocked to discover the same houses he was building in the Bay Area cost over $100,000 more here and would take 2 years to build instead of the typical timeline of 3 to 4 weeks.
4 years ago, over 1,000 homes were lost. So far, 37 have been rebuilt. And we got computers and experts, and we got everything. But we also have an awful lot of government. And the county is so careful about not making any mistakes that finally people just run out of money, give up, and leave.
He says if elected, he would work to change the culture from complicated to how can we serve you. And he says his decades of experience navigating the housing world gives him the knowledge to do that. Roads are another main focus for Decker, specifically the main 4 in the district: Highway 9, Mount Herman, Ziente, and Bear Creek.
The roads are critical. This is our really only way of getting to work, getting our kids to school. We must do the road. So I will do what any supervisor should do and beg, borrow, and steal money to get our roads fixed from whatever source.
Decker says currently services for seniors in the district aren't sufficient. He would work to change that.
So we have in the 5th district 3,000 or more seniors, people that are on fixed incomes, and with inflation the way it is, it's really difficult. So more things need to be done for seniors.
Other areas of concern for Decker: he strongly opposes Measure K to increase the sales tax in unincorporated areas. And when it comes to natural disaster recovery and prevention, he says that should be up to the community.
This top-down government stuff doesn't work. The forests need to be managed on a local level, volunteer level. My son was an Eagle Scout. They used to clean the forest for merit badges. People will do that. They don't need a government to tell them what to do to protect their homes.
Monica Martinez has been a public servant her whole life. The Felton resident and mother of 2 is currently the CEO of the county's largest health and human services organization, Encompass Community Services.
I feel like residents of the 5th District have been left behind, and they need a strong voice to advocate to get the resources that they need and deserve. And I have the experience in navigating public funding and public systems to help bring relief to our residents.
Martinez's top priority: natural disaster recovery, preparedness, and prevention.
In our county, we've experienced 7 federally declared disasters in the last 6 years. So what that tells me is we need to take a much greater approach, a more systemic approach at our prevention and our preparedness for these disasters. And we need to make sure that people who have been impacted by disasters have the resources they need to recover.
One way she'll do that is by advocating for state funding to provide resilience centers in the San Lorenzo Valley. She says those are state-funded year-round centers that help communities train emergency workers, organize first responders, and make neighborhoods more resilient. Her other promise is to help those who lost their home during the CZU fire rebuild.
We lost nearly 1,000 homes during the CZU fire, and just about 40 of them have been rebuilt, and that's entirely inadequate. We have a number of bureaucratic layers and barriers standing in the way of our residents who are trying to get home, and as supervisor, I want to help cut the red tape and really open the gates.
Creating more affordable housing in the district is also a top priority for her.
In my work at Encompass Community Services, I've done a lot to help bring forward affordable housing projects, and I want to help to increase the housing stock by supporting whether it's ADUs development in the valley or higher density affordable housing projects.
Martinez says she'll work to secure more road repair funding and public transit funds to create free bus access and more frequent routes. She also plans on advocating for those who are part of the Big Basin Water Company to fix infrastructure, pledges to work with PG&E to improve safety and reliability, and is pushing for continued access to landlines. Lastly, she hopes to be a fresh face for the district, and with incumbent Supervisor Bruce McPherson's endorsement, hopes to become the first woman elected in the history of the district.
We've had 5 male supervisors since 2012, and so I think it's really important that we have a woman's voice here in Santa Cruz County, and that's something that I'll advocate for as a supervisor.
And you can stay up to date on all of the races across the Central Coast leading up to Election Day on March 5th. Just download our KSBW app. You can also head online, ksbw.com.
Some really great in-depth reporting there, Lauren. And I think that's a race that folks up in the Santa Cruz Mountains are going to be watching very closely.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Your time